Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and more through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if you're not aware of this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the new amended S1 released by NextBridge Hydrocarbons. We're also going to be looking at ticker symbol ARM, which was successfully IPO today. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Market Watch: stocks are trapped in a trading range and something has got to give. So the week after the third Friday of September, which is historically quite negative, I think the S&P 500 is still trading in a tricky situation where it could still go either way. So the other headline here from Market Watch is US oil futures settle above $90 a barrel. So oil prices are climbing. So this is certainly good for oil stocks and also bullish in terms of the dollar. So we will stay tuned to see what happened. Let's get straight into having a look at the S1. So what I posted earlier today is we have an amended S1 from NextBridge Hydrocarbons. So this is the amended S1, and we can see here Form S1A registration statement, NextBridge Hydrocarbons. So what I'm going to focus on now is some of the key differences. So if we have a look at the original first heading, we can see NextBridge Hydrocarbons Incorporated up to blank shares of common stock issuable blah blah blah, and then let's now focus on the amended version. And at the top in red we can see the information in this prospectus is not complete and may be changed. So we're not quite there yet. We may not issue these securities until the registration statement filed with the SEC is effective. So one thing to note, this is still not effective. The prospectus is not an offer to sell these securities and is not soliciting to an offer to buy. So that's also important difference here at the top. These securities are in any jurisdiction where the offer or sale is not permitted. So it also states here subject to completion dated September the 14th 2023, and the first key difference here compared to the old one is it states here up to 248.830 million shares, subscription rights to receive shares of common stock of future subsidiary. So remember, the future subsidiary is Newco. So that's the change, the first change that we're going to look at. And we have a look at here on the original one, it just says subscription rights to receive shares of common stock of future subsidiary. So there is a difference there in terms of addition of text and more detail with the figure as well. So let's now have a look at the other difference that I have picked up on, and that is under the section shares to receive procedures to receive subscription rights. So this is the original one, and let's now move on to have a look at the highlighted differences in the new section. So under the section procedures to receive subscription rights, we can see here one of the key two words highlighted in yellow. They have pluralized right to rights in the first paragraph and the second paragraph, and then there's also been a change in the section procedure for exercising rights. We can see here the addition and the change highlighted in yellow. The subscription rights will become exercisable such time as NextBridge Hydrocarbons forms Newco and elects to spin off Newco as an independent company, which spin-off shall occur no later than the 5th anniversary of the date of which the transactions contemplated by the contribution agreement are consummated. Each of NextBridge Hydrocarbons and Newco will be an independent company. So looks like two companies there. And the other key difference here I'm going to share with you is just the second highlighted section at the bottom in yellow, and this is also added in, and it states here the board believes that by directly registering shares with NextBridge Next Hydrocarbons transfer agent, which is AST. The company will have a more accurate list of stockholders, and as a result, the stockholders will receive accurate and more timely communications. So it certainly seems like they are desperate to get the accurate list of the shareholders, and that is one of the reasons why they're doing this, and also to communicate information and materials here disseminated by the company, including, for example, materials related to the company's annual stockholder meeting. So at the moment, very difficult for them to do that. The company is requiring that the eligible stockholders maintain their direct registration for the holding period in order for the company to receive the benefits from having shares directly registered with the transfer agent AST. Provided, however, the company does not want to mandate that its stockholders keep the shares directly registered with the transfer agent indefinitely in order to participate in this rights offering, as circumstances and events may occur in the future affecting a next Hydrocarbons stockholders' decision to have a broker hold shares for such stockholders. So again, additional clarification provided by them there, and they are basically, again, is saying they do not want to mandate. Mandate means force, or basically forcibly state. They are basically saying they don't want to mandate that stockholders keep their shares directly registered with NextBridge Hydrocarbons stock transfer agent, which is AST. So what I'd now like to do is share a tweet that I posted earlier today, and this is continuing with the theme of Congress and Finra and the SEC, as well as Gary Gensler. I know there is going to be a special meeting. We've still not had information about that, and maybe might not get that today, but we are hoping for some breaking news from that imminently. So what I stated here is I would like to thank Finra in advance for not answering the question, because I believe any answer they provide will incriminate them. So this is the question that I've come up with, and the question is, why was the U3 halt issued specifically pre-market on the 9th of December 2022? So I believe what Finra have done is try to say and provide reasons why the U3 halt was issued, but I believe what they haven't done is explained or clarified why the U3 halt was specifically issued on the 9th of December. And I believe if they answer this question, no matter how they answer this question, I believe they will incriminate themselves. So I believe these are the two options. Number one, they only just realized on the 8th or the 9th of December that the trades will not settle in time. So the only reason for this could be extreme negligence, incompetence, or a planned strategy. So that's option one they have. Option two, they knew well in advance that the trades will not settle in time, but decided to trade till the 8th anyway to trap more retail investors. And if that is true, then I believe that seals the fate of Finra. So I believe they only took those two options. I don't believe there are any other options. It has to be number one or number two, in my opinion, but I'm happy for Finra to give their response. I believe they will not. So I am going to say it is a simple question, and I also believe you're not going to answer this question, but hey ho, let's see if Congress asks you this question, and then that will be certainly interesting. What I'd now like to do is have a look at ticker symbol ARM, also known as ARM Holdings. So this successfully IPO'd today. So let's start by first of all having a look at what ARM does. So this is a stock that we were looking at in terms of its IPO in the Discord very, very, very carefully. So we can see that this is a unique company, especially among tech companies. As a chip designer, ARM's customers include some of the biggest names in tech, including Apple. So again, quite high profile. It's also a one-off company. Rainmaker Securities Managing Director Greg Martin has told Yahoo Finance, we have to be very careful. It's obviously a ubiquitous chip design, 90% of smartphones, and it didn't grow last year, but it has got huge potential. So again, very bullish statement and outcome there for ARM. So let's get an opinion and an outlook from Yahoo Finance, who quite simply have stated ARM stock jumps over 20% in the highly anticipated IPO. And we can also see, obviously, this is certainly right by now the most high profile IPO that the Nasdaq has seen since 2021. I think probably since we had the IPO of Airbnb. But what people may not realize that this could be certainly a lot more important in terms of the chip maker and the tech industry. So the potential is huge. And from the Wall Street Journal, what I'd like to now get a perspective on is the British chip designers stock, which in terms of the target price, it was between around about $47 to $51. And I think immediately we saw a jump of around about 20%. It was well oversubscribed. Many investors were unable to get shares at this original price. But again, let's see what happens going forward in terms of the future. So let's now have a look at the chart. So if we have a look at the chart for today for ARM, we can see again we're looking at volume approximately 126.846 million. We can see there was a little bit of a sell-off. It did dip down close to around about $58, and then from that just prior to the close of the market, we can see a very significant spike up, huge green candles, and I think it went up at one point in excess of $66, but still closed up at $63.59. So again, a good day there for ticker symbol ARM. And finally, if you'd like to participate in live trading discussions and share information and questions with regard to stocks such as ARM and others, you can join us. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.